Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of joining me, Fwip, here on HC Craft. As the admin, some mod wrecks are easier than others, and I've got one good example of one right here. He says, where's that one here in the list? Yeah, there it is, 2925 reads, "Can you ban Haunting Beast for pranking people using fire, please?" And thankfully, this is the place where the mod wreck led me, because wherever people place one is where I teleport to go check what's going on. And fire leaves records if it hasn't burned out yet, so yes, if you've ever been griefed, the best thing you can do is probably leave your house still broken so we can actually figure out which wall was destroyed. But if you properly protected your home, you shouldn't get griefed anyway. So there's that problem, isn't there? Anyway, I will just poof all the fire away. Probably the extinguish command could have equally done the same thing. But just there's a lot of fire here. That's probably the main issue. I've never quite needed to worry about people setting forests on fire before, just because, fire spread doesn't work, so there isn't a big problem. Reasonably, yeah, he's been annoying people here. I mean, there's no evidence of other people. That doesn't have a record, so I can't prove that he was using the fire to annoy people. But that much fire everywhere is probably pretty bad. So, 1 minute. Yeah, okay, so we could temp ban Haunting Beast. We'll just do 1 day. I mean, it's not that big a deal. That should be able to tell him, hey, don't do that anymore. So, 2925. Gave him 1 day. Let us know if it happens again. This isn't a big deal to me, I think. I mean, he probably didn't kill people with it, and if you were silly enough to get killed. Oh, God. Kyron911 messages Rockstar. Want to grief with for YouTube. Sometimes that is one of the great reasons why Social Spy is helpful. Anyway, as I was saying, I only gave him 1 day because it's not that big of an issue. Fire spreads off. He's not going to burn the server down. When he comes back on, he's probably going to be like, oh, I wonder why I got banned 1 day. Well, honestly, dude, you did the problem. Rats. 1 sec, guys, and I will be back. Oh, well, this is new. Just because I didn't realize that people could grief this way. Dispenser lava. So if people did have, well, lava buckets, they could simply grief by doing this. I am not impressed. Not at all. That's okay, though. Fix water to 10. That should do that. Yes, good. Okay. Let's go back into Vanish mode and just follow that Chiron guy. He's kind of AFK, I think. Just kind of hanging around. But that fossil finder dude, look at this. Yep. This is why you should protect your house. Better. LB, rollback. Player, fossil fighter. 424, area, I don't know, 40 since 7 days gives me, what did I type in there? Oh, 1/ too much. That's all it takes for there to be an error. 98 blocks found, yes. No. Did that do it wrong? Let's do that again. LB rollback. Yes, I want to continue. Rollback finished. No, I'm seeing some problems here. The problem mainly being that Mr. Fossil Finder's blocks destroyed are still there. So maybe 20 days. Yes. There we go. No. So this has been a long time. I know I'm going to ban this guy. Well, wait, he also placed the lava. Alright, fine. Temp ban Fossil Fighter 424 for, I don't know, 2 days. Makes sense. Come on. So that Chiron dude, Mr. I'm gonna grief for YouTube. Really? Haha, we'll be watching you. We'll be watching you. I'm invisible right now, which is funny because after seeing the building come back, you would think he'd be like, oh, I wonder what that's all about. But, players aren't maybe that visual? I'm not sure. I'd be interested in seeing if he continues right now. Anyway, as I was saying, only a 1 day or temp ban is probably something that people would be like, hey, why did I get banned? But Presumably, he's done enough stuff that it's obvious. Oh, I'm invisible, right? Yes, I am. And he's the only one here. So he definitely thinks I'm around. But because I am an invisible staff person, it should say, nobody's nearby. Or something like that. I could probably hang around here for a bit, and he might not do anything. Or he might. There's really no way to tell. Let's go check these other broken buildings and see if fossil fighters just... No, Barclay and his friends just did this. I'm going to tell you right now, people say that griefers are a part of every server. And to a certain degree, I think they're right. If you don't protect your buildings, then there's no point for you to be building at all, right? I mean, you don't care about your stuff. So what do griefers do? They kind of make people learn the rules, in a sense. You know, they go around destroying buildings, but they kind of have the function of showing people how things are supposed to be done, you know? If you make nice things, you shouldn't let your things be destroyed. Did he go away? Yes, he did. He's back at his house. Alright, maybe he changed his mind about griefing ever since I fixed that house where he was at. Let's hope that's the case. So, because of that, let's see what we have on the modrec request, because you never know what people are up to. Request 2927 says, someone is hacking my friend's account, it's Alex, and someone is hacking it. Does anybody else feel themselves kinda virtually facepalming right now? I'm just gonna say, done 2927, do not give your password out. Good luck. I'm an admin here on the HC servers. There's no special ability I have to stop people from hacking your account, and I don't even know what you mean by hacking. Because, like, 80% of the time, a hacker is really just a guy who asked you for your password, and you gave him his password because you were dumb, and now he has your account, and there's no way you can get it back. So don't do that. That's what I'm gonna say. Nobody has ever really shown me hacking outside of that, besides all those fancy abilities to look like your other people. So, just don't give your password out and you're fine. Okay, what's next we got here? 2924. How do I turn on house protect and glowstone? Well, I hope you put this mod request at your house so that I can see what problem you might be having. For the most part, when it comes to precious stones, if you've protected your house and other people have protected their house, and then your house is near the other guy's house, well, the fields can't touch. So, well, yeah, this is Colin Donks' house. He protected with moss cobbles. That's a good start. It's a little castle-y nether brick thing. Not too special, but it's okay for a first house. I don't know what's going on with all these massive pillars of garbage, which Colin apparently created in Hot Wheel. I'm guessing that they use these to try to teleport people up here to make them fall to their deaths, which is obviously not something people want to deal with, and so then they ask me to fix it. But, well, the only thing I can say is, let's see, where's the request again? There it is. Done 2924. Exactly the same as you did with moss cobble. Remember, fields of other pep can't touch. Oh. What do you mean? Did I spell the number wrong? I probably spelled the number wrong. Okay, his request number is 2924. Right, so scrolling over. Yeah. Okay, I was off by 100. It's very, very case sensitive. There's a case limit on stuff I can type in the request, so I hope he understands what I mean by that. For example, right here, PS info, this is bootnizzles. I'm just going to get rid of that, I think. Just because you use house protection to protect houses. Evidently that failed, and there's nothing worth protecting there anymore, so he's just interfering with other people. For that matter, the size of this thing is way too big. If that guy wants to protect his house, There's a virtual cube of 10 blocks coming out from every piece of glowstone. So actually, by just putting glowstone all over his house, he's hindering other players because he's controlling such a large area, and the other guy can't even put a field near it. He'd have to be like 5 blocks away from his own house to get a field to cover his own building. Sometimes it's completely impossible to protect your house with glowstone, just because of all the little houses hanging around, right? Like some of this stuff. But that's not my fault. That's their choice to try to live near other people, and it would be so much simpler if people just were like 10 blocks away from other people's houses. Let's call that the personal space rule. It's always good to be a little far from your neighbors, because then there's no big fight about, oh, look at me. You're too close to my land. I can't put in a garden because you put in a pond. It's multiplayer. You got to get along somehow, and I think giving people space is important. I've made 2 island homes, but I left both and have no way of finding them. Can you please help? Unfortunately, done 2922. Sorry, I can't. You'll have to get there the same way you got there first. Let's put it like this. There was an error when we went to 2.4.5 and some data got corrupted somehow, and where everybody had placed their slash homes got removed. So, well, everybody put in a mod request saying, help, I can't find my house. Unfortunately, since the data was removed, there's no way for us to get there. You know, it sucks. It really sucked for a while. People's homes and chests and things were just somehow all over the map. I can understand how difficult that is. I mean, I played single player and then forgot where one of my houses was. But really, there's some things that staff just sadly can't help with. And finding a home that's who knows where on a server this big is one of those things we just don't have some sort of special ability to do, other than, you knowing landmarks and stuff. Okay. TBID to 2923. My friend PS allowed me and it's not working. Well, Alex62, you're the one who a few seconds ago somebody said you were being hacked, so I don't know, man. Oh, boy. I'm just checking here, because if glowstone is what protects people's houses, and I have to make sure that this guy... PS more. PS more. Okay, thankfully I can teleport. When I'm near a field, I can just teleport to wherever the one creating the field is. So I can check that out. Oh, it's the one in the very corner. That's great. PS more. So this should tell me... Okay, it doesn't say that he's allowed people on it, so I think he was wrong. Well, okay. Good question. So whose house is this, first of all? It is... Yeah, Alex and Ganges and Weird Butts, I guess. It would have been easier if he didn't make the floor glowstone, because guess what? Glowstone is also the thing that I check to make sure if people have protected their house or not. I'll just put the floor back, but just a little teeny tiny thing that's annoying from my perspective that people wouldn't realize. Okay, so we're gonna have to say done to 2923. It doesn't look like he added you yet. Try asking him to use your exact name. You know what? I could probably add him. I could probably do that, couldn't I? So if I'm standing here, couldn't I do PS allow all Alex 62803? Yeah, that works. Okay, so he's been added. Great. Why don't I also add his friend? Oh, now I'm destroying the planks. I forgot I could actually just add people to other people's fields. It's nice to tell them how, because otherwise, well, in the future, if they want to add people to fields, they'll just have to ask the admin again. You know, they'll make me do it for them forever. It's always better to tell people how to do it rather than do it for them, or you never get anywhere, and you have to help them forever. And you know what, being the admin, I got enough stuff to do besides teaching people how to protect their houses. That's one of the main things people need to learn how to do. Anyway, I hope that works. I suppose in the future I can just add people, but I'd rather explain it for just that reason. See, now this was kind of fun. He just asked me to come up with some random prefix for him because he wanted something awesome, and as you can see right here, I came up with automatic jigsaw puzzle with a bunch of funny looking colors. Yeah, I like it when people make random requests, like, hey, can you just do something cool for me? I mean, who knows, maybe he'll want to change it later, but, you know what, that is a nice looking house too, actually, isn't it? Anyway, I like freedom of choice, so if someone just makes a request, hey, can you change, my rank to this random thing? There's a little risk that you might not like what the person does, but, I think that's fun. Nice. Nice place, Mr. Guy in a spelunky skin. Alright, let's just see what else we can do. Immediately the next thing I have to do is to promote Mr. HC1.4-8, who I don't know why he's in the floor and trying to punch me, but he has apparently protected a house, and has he done so? Yes. Let's just use some bedrock and make sure that he built this. Yeah, okay, sure, he built this. The point is, here he is in his house, right? And yeah, he's a guest, like he just joined the server. He's got a beacon. Man, people give out items a lot on this place. It's ridiculous. Oh well. Anyway, we'll do promote HC1.4-8. That's okay, buddy. There we go. And we'll just do done 6547. Nice job on the house. Citizen rank get. There we go. It's a little fun to mess with the new people's heads, right? Oh yeah, your door's protected. How come this random guy gets to go through it? Nice job. Then I just say something, then he's like, oh my god, staff member, blah, 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 blah. It's funny. People put in requests for staff members to come help them, and it's funny because they don't know who the staff people are. I'm still weirded out that he's a new guy and has a beacon block. I mean, single player, that would take ages. Unless you're Etho, in which case you fight for it. Anyway. Yeah, they just give them out all over the place. It's kind of crazy when people can spawn items for free and then give them out. There's not really much to fix with that, but, oh well. Hope you liked it.